Hello students, I am going to start with the new chapter, that is circle, from 9th standard, that is from M2. So first we are going to see the definition of the circle. That is the set of the points in a plane which are equidistant from a fixed point in the plane is called as the circle. So see the set of points in a plane. So see the circle. So these are the points. See, and these are the equidistant from this point, that is fixed point, which we call as a center, and the group of or the set of all these points which are equidistant from this fixed point, that is the center, is called as a circle. Now we have to see some terms which are related to the circle. So you already learned it in the 8th standard as well as in 7th standard. So this O is nothing but the center, OA is nothing but the radius. So circle having the number of radius, infinite number of radius, and which are congruent. AB is the diameter, which is double that of this radius. Also there are infinite number of diameter in a circle, and all the diameters are congruent. And this one is the chord, that is CD is the chord. There are number of chords and they are not congruent. Now see the definition of each one. That is the fixed point is called as the center of the circle. So see this point, that is fixed point, is nothing but the center of that circle. The segment joining the center of the circle and a point on a circle is nothing but the radius. Now see, this is the center of the circle and this is the any one point from this center, and this the line joining from this, the line joins from this center of the circle and this point is called as nothing but the radius. So you can join this OD also, OC also, OB also. So these are nothing but the radii of that circle. And remember that all the radii of the same circle are congruent, and the radii of congruent circle are also congruent. The segment joining any two points of the circle is called as the chord of the circle. Now see, these are the any two points C and D, and the segment joining these 2 points is nothing but the chord of that circle. Next, a chord passing through the center of the circle is nothing but the diameter. Now see, this AB, so these are the again 2 points on the center on the circle, and we already learned that is the line which join these 2 points on the circle is nothing but the chord. So AB is also chord, but what is the difference between these 2 chords? So this chord passes through the center of the circle. So the chord which passes through the center of the circle is nothing but the diameter, or we can say the largest chord of the circle is nothing but the diameter. So a diameter is the largest chord of the circle. So you have to keep in mind all this one, because we can ask this question as like the fill in the blanks or match the pairs type of questions can be asked from these points. Now see the circles in the plane. So there are different types of circles. Just we refer the textbook. So circles in a plane. So these are the 2 circles. So they are having same radii, so they are called as the congruent circles. So congruent circles, what is the definition of the congruent circle? If the 2 circles having the same radii, then they are called as the congruent circle. Now see, this is the center of this first circle. This one is the center of the second circle, third circle. That means first, second, third, all these 3 circles having the same center. So the same center and having the different radii, this type of circles are called as the concentric circle. See, the radius of this one is like this way, and the radius of the second circle, then radius of the third circle, means all these circles having different radii but having the same center. So this type of circles are called as the concentric circles. Next one, circles intersecting in a point. See, these 2 circles are intersecting in one point, but they are intersecting externally. So these are also called as the external circle or eccentric circles. And these 2 circles touches or intersecting each other from inner side. So these are also called as the in circle. They are also called as the externally touching circle, and they are called as the internally touching circle. So they have different centers, different radii, and only one common point. See, different centers, then different radii, but they are having common point. Same case here, so they are the internally touching circles having different centers, different radii, but having one common point in between them. So see the externally touching circle and internally touching circles. Now see the circles intersecting in 2 points, means they are intersecting and there are 2 points. In this case they are having only 1 point. So different centers, again they have a different centers, different radii, and there are 2 common points are there. Now we see the properties of the chord of the circle. So related to this there is one theorem in your textbook. See the theorem, that is a perpendicular drawn from the center of the circle on its chord bisect the chord. Now see what is the meaning of this one. Just we are going to explain it. See if you are given the circle like this way, and one chord is there. Suppose this is chord AB and this is the center of the circle, that is O. And if you draw a perpendicular from the center of the circle to the chord, so what happens? So see, OC is perpendicular to AB. OC is perpendicular to AB. So whenever you see this type of figure, that is perpendicular drawn from the center of the circle to the chord, then this chord will get bisect. Means if this chord is of 10 centimeter, if AB is of 10 centimeter, then it will get divided into 2 equal parts. Means AC is of 5 and BC is of 5, because of this perpendicular. And this theorem is also called as the chord bisector theorem. This theorem is also called as chord bisector theorem. Means these 2 parts, means this chord get bisected due to this perpendicular. So AC is equals to BC. So whenever we draw the perpendicular from the center of the circle to the chord get bisected into 2 equal parts, AC and BC. These are the 2 equal parts. Just we have to prove this. See the figure. We are given the chord AB and this one is OP is perpendicular, and we are given that is this perpendicular is drawn from the center of the circle to the chord. AB is the chord, and so that this chord is divided into 2 parts, that is AP is equals to PB. We have to prove this one. So see, given that is AB is the chord of the circle with center O and OP is perpendicular to AB. We are given that OP is perpendicular to AB. Just keep in mind, you have to give this condition, that is OP is perpendicular to AB. And then what we have to prove, that is AP is congruent with BP. AP and BP, they are same, that we have to show. So for that purpose we have to show that is these 2 triangles may be congruent. अगर हम ये दोनों congruents दोनों triangle congruent दिखाते हैं तो ultimately AP और PB दोनों भी congruent हो जा सकते हैं. So see, that is these are the 2 right angle triangles, and you know that is the hypotenuse side test. That is, if 2 triangles are right angle triangles, you know that is OA and OB, these are the radii of the same circle, so they are ultimately congruent. Means hypotenuse are congruent, and there is a one common side between these 2 triangles. OP is the common side between these 2 triangles. So here we prove that is the hypotenuse are congruent and one side is also common, means it is also congruent. So by hypotenuse side test both the triangles are congruent, and so you know that is if the 2 triangles are congruent, the remaining sides are also congruent. So we can say AP is congruent with PB. Now you have to solve this actually you are given the activity. So draw OA and OB. Here we draw OA and OB. In triangle OPA and OPB, OPA and OPB, angle OPA is congruent with angle OPB. That is we are given, or you can write that is OP is perpendicular to AB. After that OP is congruent to OP because it is a common side, and OA, that is OA is congruent to OB because these are the radii of the same circle, and so both the triangles are congruent by hypotenuse side test, and so PA is congruent to PB by CSCT. CSCT means corresponding sides of congruent triangles. Corresponding sides of congruent triangle. So this is the meaning of this one. Just I am going to write it. Corresponding sides of congruent triangles. So the long form of this one, CSCT, that is corresponding sides of congruent triangles. So this is one of the most important theorem related to the chapter circle. It is also called as the chord bisector theorem. बहुत ही important theorem है, ये एग्ज़ाम में आपको हमेशा आता है. So you have to learn it very well. Now we see the converse of this one. So converse, that is the segment joining the center of the circle and the midpoint of the chord is perpendicular to the chord. इसका पहले वाला जो थ्योरम था उसमें हमने ये सॉल्व किया था और ये प्रूव किया था. अगर OP परपेंडिकुलर हम AB पे डालते हैं तो ये AB गेट बाइसेक्टेड, दैट इज AP इज इक्वल टू PB. कॉन्वर्स में क्या होता है, जो पहले वाले थ्योरम ने हमने जो प्रूव किया था वो उसका गिवन बन जाता है और जो गिवन है वो हमें प्रूव करना पड़ता है. सो AP इज इक्वल टू PB या हमें दिया है और हमें ये प्रूव करना है, दैट इज OP इज परपेंडिकुलर टू AB. Now see the given, that is segment AB of a chord of the circle with the center O. So AB is the chord we are given and we are also given that is P is the midpoint of the chord. So P ये midpoint है, मतलब AP is equals to PB ये हमें दिया है, AP is equals to PB दिया है. So what we have to prove, that is the chord is the segment joining the center of the circle and the midpoint of its chord is perpendicular to the chord. Means we have to prove that OP is perpendicular to AB. Segment OP is perpendicular to AB. So OP is perpendicular to AB. So we have to draw the segment OA and the segment OB here. Now in these two triangles, see that this side is congruent to this one. This one is a common side. And you know these are the radii of the same circle, so these are also congruent. So by SSS test both the triangles are congruent. So see here, in triangle AOP and in triangle BOP, OA is congruent with OB. OA is congruent with OB because these are the radii of the same circle. Next one, the segment OP is congruent with segment OP because it is the common side. After that, AP is congruent with PB because we are given it, and so both the triangles are congruent by SSS test, that is side test. And whenever you show that is both the triangles are congruent, their remaining sides, remaining angles are congruent. So we want that is the angle. So this angle is congruent with this one. We want this angle, so these angles are get congruent with each other. So we can say that is angle OPA is congruent with angle OPB, that is CACT. But you know that is these are the linear pair angles, and you know that is the linear pair angles are always supplementary, means the addition of these two angles is 180. So OPA plus OPB is equals to 180 because these are angles in linear pair, and so we take the addition of these two. Instead of writing OPA, we write here OPB because both angles are same, that is they are congruent. So two angles OPB is equals to 180, so angle OPB is equals to 90 degree. So यहाँ पे जो एंगल है वो 90 डिग्री है, ये हमने प्रूव किया. So ये अगर 90 डिग्री है means OP is perpendicular to the AB and hence we prove. So after this we learn the two important theorems, that is the chord bisector theorem and the converse of chord bisector theorem. So remember that in chord bisector theorem we prove that the perpendicular drawn from the center of the circle to the chord bisect the chord, and in the converse we learn that the segment joining the center of the circle and the midpoint of the chord is perpendicular to the chord. So in the next one, that is we are going to start with the practice set 6.1. So in the practice set 6.1, the first example is the distance of the chord AB from the center of the circle is 8 cm and the length of the chord AB is 12 cm. then find the diameter of the circle. So you are given the distance of the chord from the center of the circle is 8. So here is the chord, so chord AB, and you are given the distance of this chord from the center of the circle, that is 8, and the length of the chord AB is 12, that is AB, the length of the AB is 12. Just I write it here, that is OC, the distance is 8 centimeter, and the length of the AB, that is 12 centimeter. And what we have to find? We have to find out the diameter of the circle, which is not seen in this circle because we can see here the radius, and you know that is the relation between radius and diameter is always double that of the radius. If we find the radius, then we can ultimately find the diameter. Now see how to solve this example. To solve these examples or to write the theorems, you have to draw the pattern like this one. The previous theorems, that is the chord bisector theorem and its converse, you have to also write down in this way. So number the statements and reason. So first of all, what we are given in the example, you have to write the first statement of this example. So you are given that is the distance of the chord AB from the center of the circle is 8. So remember that this distance means the OC, it is always perpendicular distance, means OC is always perpendicular to the AB. Whenever you are given the distance of the chord from the center of the circle, remember that it is nothing but the perpendicular. So we are given that is OC is perpendicular to AB, and whenever you see that is the perpendicular you are given, the chord get bisected. So we can write that is AC is equals to BC. By which theorem? That is chord bisector theorem. OC is perpendicular to AB, so AC is equals to BC, means the chord get bisected. By which theorem? That is chord bisector theorem. After that we are given that is AB, the chord AB is 12, and since it get bisected, we can find out the AC and BC. So AC and BC, these are the half of AB. So AB we are given that is 12, so half into 12, and so we get the 6. So the AC is a 6 and this BC is also 6. Now we take on this right angle triangle, that is OCA. So in right angle triangle OCA, we use the Pythagoras theorem. So OA square is equals to OC square plus AC square. OA square is equals to OC square plus AC square. So this is nothing but the Pythagoras theorem, that is hypotenuse square is equals to sum of square of remaining two sides. So OC is, we are given the distance OC is 8. So put it here 8, and AC is 6. So 64 plus 36, so here we get 100, and so by taking the square root we get here OA is equals to 10, and so the radius OA is equals to 10. Hence we get the radius, we can find out the diameter. So the diameter is twice that of the radius, and so 2 into 10, that is 20 centimeter. So this is all about the first example from the exercise 6.1, and the remaining examples we will see in the next lecture. Thank you.